Thanks for connecting with me. The topic today is on YOLO. You only live once, or is it you only die once? So I was inspired by this topic, as per usual, from social listening. That's where most of what I talk about is inspired by. So social listening is just basically anything that is like online, and also posted by people that I'm connected with on my timeline. The reason why I'm pointing this out is essential as a business owner or an entrepreneur to pay attention to what is going on in social media, as well as professional platform. So you only live once. This topic was quite interesting for me as I was discussing it earlier. And I also want to know what your thoughts are as well on you only live once. What do you believe? In terms of what I believe that we only die once. And also that there can be two perspectives. So I'll be looking at both cameras. So bear with me. If you've got any questions, post them below. I believe that there's two aspects in terms of you only die once. And you can also use the perspective of YOLO as well. You only live once. So when you hear these concepts, you can either look at it from the perspective of the materialistic perspective. So what I mean by this is materialistic perspective, in that you are following people on social media and you're buying into what influencers are saying, but you're interpreting it in your own way or according to the mass population. So the mass population will say it is cool or trendy in the millennial era to pose in front of like vehicles or to live the millennial lifestyle because you only, or the millionaire lifestyle because you only live once. So you can view it as go and spend as much money as there is possible, travel without any long-term plan as to how your future will pan out. So that is a little bit of a skewed vision, and I believe that's a vision that's not going to last for the longest time. People have bought into it, and some of us may have bought into it, but the question is, if you're looking for something that is more long-term, it's looking at what is the motivating factor that draws you to materialistic things. And then also materialistic things can also include money as well. It's just not like what surrounds you, like the materials, like cars, the houses and everything like that. What motivates you to be drawn to those type of things? And are you trying to impress other people to demonstrate that you're living your life to the best as it is? But what it boils down to is, are you ultimately happy with the things that you're surrounded by, or are you chasing something that is superficial? So that's one aspect of looking at you only live once, is that most people who choose this fast-paced, instantaneous results, instantaneous gratification, find that they still struggle with like their internal well-being. So never feeling fulfilled, never feeling happy. And you can also like post comments in terms of what your beliefs are and what your experiences are. Feel free to do that. The second option is you can believe that you're motivated to only live once, but you're looking more at the growth from within you. So you're focusing on building your self-awareness. Okay, so your self-awareness to help you in overcoming self-limiting beliefs. You also can look at like influencers on Instagram or other social media platforms, but your perspective will be a little bit different. You understand, different from the first group, that by looking at them, you're not believing or buying into everything that you're seeing on social media. You believe that in order to become successful, it takes work. Yeah, and you also are determined to look at growing as an individual over time. You understand that your business is not going to, you will have like peaks and troughs. That means that you will have processes where you have lessons learned, and you're willing to embrace that. You don't see it as failure, and you're not in this position where you're always continuously looking to impress other people. The reason being is that you're growing within yourself. You understand that becoming an entrepreneur is something that is grander. So you're only living once or only dying once becomes something more about fulfilling who you are as an individual in this world. So I hope that's making sense. And through doing that, there is the likelihood that the money and the success will follow anyway. And the thought I was thinking about earlier is that not everybody who becomes an influencer, I'm using social media because this is where I spend most of my time for my business, is that not everybody who decides to become an influencer or somebody who's a brand personality or somebody that becomes very famous, a lot of the people nowadays do not go in it thinking, my ultimate aim is to become an influencer. They are driven by what is their vision, their passion, and something that they're creative with. So something that motivates them to wake up every single day, regardless of what's going on, whether there's economical issues going on, financial issues, government disasters, whatever you may call it. Their focus becomes whatever they're creating and also about their own growth. So they're not deterred by or stopped from living their vision because they have this passion, this drive, and it also becomes something that is an obsession. So why I'm talking about this is because this is also something that resonates with me. And it doesn't start off immediately. It starts off from learning and tapping into whatever your core values are, your intuition is, and then finding something along the way based on what people are telling you you're great at, and also being in tune with things that you can create easily rather than things that which are of resistance. So for instance, if you've been working, you will find that there's things in your 9 to 5 that you do easily, other people find complex to do. That can be one aspect of it. That can be a specialist area that you fine tune, and then it becomes something that you create as your life passion and your vision. For other people, it can be something that has always been their hobby, their leisure activity, then which turns into something that becomes their passion. Okay, but your gut is something that will drive you and will always lead you in that direction, even if it's not clear in the beginning. So I hope that is making sense and that is resonating on some level. So the second part of the example that I was giving you was about the factor that success doesn't mean that when you only live once, it has to be you being consumed by materialistic things or being motivated by things which appear like they're perfect, but not everybody is perfect. Okay, so I'll give you an analogy. I once could rollerblade and I had this skill and everything else, but one thing happened, I fell, and then my confidence got knocked. So today I was laughing because this analogy fits into what I'm talking about today, about you only live once. So this thought kept coming into my mind, you only live once. What is the worst thing that I could do that would impact me? So I could continue to look at the rollerblades and continue to fear not jumping on board and just looking at them, and that thought being in my mind and going continuously every day without actually propelling myself to achieve what I want to achieve. Now, I'm the type of personality that can't live with that thought. In the past, I would have, and those rollerblades have been there like for years. I've been staring at them. Only that now what's changed is my self-awareness and ability to push myself, even though there is the concept of fear, even though I know that one of the factors that is stopping me right now is my mindset. So my mindset at the moment, my comfort is my carpet, okay? my carpet and other things that I'm holding to, furniture. And I've progressed slowly to letting go of certain things that have been in the way. So I'm just giving you this analogy, is that I know eventually I'll get to a point where I'm going to be able to let go. My carpet won't be something that is also like a comfort blanket for safety for me. I'll be able to let that go. So in life, you will find that there's certain things that you hold on to as your security blanket. So those type of things, or your security carpet, whichever it may be as an analogy, those type of things might be things you have inherited in terms of like family, friends, community, and they hold you back from propelling yourself forward. Okay, so they stick in your mindset these beliefs that if you attempt to do something, you're most likely to fail. And if you fail, the worst could happen. But most people don't cross to what is the worst that can happen. And some people do, and then they give up because for them, they feel that was the worst that happened. But when you do attempt to do something, what you're ultimately doing is setting yourself free. Okay, even though it may be the most uncomfortable feeling, what you're doing is like you're walking towards your life vision. You're convincing yourself, mindset-wise, to let go of some of the self-limiting beliefs, to only believe whichever you may choose as your path. You only live once, you only die once. What is the worst thing that could happen if you jumped on those rollerblades, stopped observing people who are riding the rollerblades, and they may appear to be faster than you, they may appear to be successful, but you have to look at it this way as I'm closing off. You have to look at it this way, is that in order for them to become fast, to become confident, to do the most extreme spins, I'm gonna get there, they had to overcome certain limitations. They had to practice every single day until that activity, their life passion, became something they were consumed by every single day to become great at. Okay, so that is my analogy for today. I hope it's something that has resonated with you. If you are in a place where you are finding it challenging to overcome some of your self-limiting beliefs when it comes to either building your brand personality online, starting your online business, then feel free to leave a comment below. And also remember to hit the subscribe button. I've been multitasking again, recording on YouTube and Instagram, and I thank anybody who's joined me while I've been recording live. For Instagrammers, I'm saying this at the end, you need to flip your camera around, and the video will only be available for the next 24 hours. If you've got any specific topics that you would like me to discuss, feel free to let me know as well. Bye for me for now. Until next time.